Okay, so there's this star, Betelgeuse, right? It's a massive red supergiant. If you plopped it where our sun is, it would go all the way out to Jupiter. It's huge and about to blow up. Now, when one of these giant stars explodes as a supernova, it can really shake things up in the cosmos, even stuff we can't see. Even though you can't see it super well, astronomers are really interested in Betelgeuse since it's a prime example of a red supergiant. Guys like Brian Cox think it could go supernova any minute. And with the James Webb Telescope sending back crazy detailed pictures, everyone's wondering when it's gonna happen and what it'll do to us. This star is in the Orion constellation, you know, that bright one that people have been looking at for ages. Betelgeuse is on Orion's eastern shoulder and is the second brightest star in the constellation. Its name actually has to do with being on Orion's shoulder. It's bright and has this weird reddish color, which, turns out, might mean something's up. People have been watching Betelgeuse for ages. Some old Greek astronomer even noticed its orange-red color. Back then, they just looked at the colors of stars, and Betelgeuse was kind of strange. Nowadays, we've got tech to study it closely, and we've found out why it shines so much. It's always changing brightness. Sometimes it gets dimmer or brighter. That's because Betelgeuse is a variable star, meaning its light isn't constant. Back in 2019, something weird happened. It didn't go dark, but it got way dimmer, and scientists were like, "What's going on?" They wanted to know why it was acting up. Some thought it might go supernova soon. Brian Cox even said it looked like a cosmic time bomb ready to go off. The James Webb Telescope is backing this up with new, interesting data. So, what makes Betelgeuse so strange? Well, with the newest tech, many consider the star a top pick for a supernova. The timing is still a mystery of when explosion will happen. It's almost twice as big as the sun, which makes it a good candidate. Stars bigger than the sun are likely to go out with a bang. Astronomers are using everything they have, like the James Webb Telescope and these gravitational wave detectors, to watch it. But even with all that, there are still tons of questions. Betelgeuse is super old. It's been sending out weird signals for quite a while. One of the coolest things they've found is that it's releasing odd light patterns. Plus, it's a variable star, so its brightness changes. Some scientists are saying since it dims and brightens faster than before, it must mean that something big could be coming. In early 2021, it was at its dimmest since 2019, after that dimming event that had everyone thinking it was about to blow. Then, bam, it got brighter than usual, which confused everyone. Some scientists said the sudden brightness made it the seventh brightest star at night, and this strange red light started glowing and of course only gave more questions about what might have caused such dimming to begin with. Not all stars are red like Betelgeuse. The red color means it's a red supergiant, the last stage before it either collapses or explodes. It's red because it's cooler than the sun. The sun is much hotter. This dimming had everyone worried. Brian Cox and others wondered if it meant Betelgeuse was about to go supernova, since that's what happens to stars in their final stage. Now, everyone's watching Betelgeuse closely. They're seeing both cool and weird stuff. The James Webb Telescope has been a big help. It showed that during that dimming event, Betelgeuse shot out a ton of material, way more than the sun usually does. The telescope can also see light we can't, which is super useful. Scientists even saw dust clouds on the star's surface that looked like floating leaves. Even though Betelgeuse is nearing the end, no one knows when it'll explode. It's way bigger than the sun, and some think it'll shine for at least another 10 years. But it's acting so weird lately, that estimate might be wrong. For now, researchers don't expect anything right away. But when it does blow, it will be the first supernova we've seen with modern equipment since way back in 1604. Even though experts don't think it's happening soon, they are trying to know why the star is acting weird. When it does explode, it'll be amazing. The supernova will send out tons of light and energy, brighter than the whole galaxy, and we'll be able to see it from Earth, maybe as bright as the moon. Luckily, it won't hurt us because it's far away. But it'll give scientists a chance to study how big stars die. Betelgeuse isn't just interesting to astronomers. It's a reminder of how wild and amazing the cosmos can be. Stars like these help make new stars, planets, and maybe even life. So, when a star dies, it's also a new beginning, because its pieces help build the next generation of the cosmos. Researchers are going to keep watching Betelgeuse, putting the puzzle together piece by piece. With every new clue, space and our place in it get easier to understand. Maybe soon we'll see one of the coolest things the cosmos can do, Betelgeuse turning from a red supergiant into a supernova. Until then, we'll look up and see Betelgeuse reminding us how special life in the cosmos is. Betelgeuse is like a cosmic warning sign that even the biggest, strongest things don't last forever. The fact that we might see something so big happen in our lifetime has got scientists, stargazers, and regular people excited. It's more than just a light show. It's seeing one of the most important natural events of all time, the death of a huge star, the rebirth of matter, the recycling of energy, and a new beginning for the universe. Every atom that's heavier than hydrogen was created in a star like Betelgeuse. In other words, when it goes boom, the story will have an impact that reminds us that we all are made of star stuff. Right now, telescopes all over the world and even in space are constantly watching it. They're looking for small changes in light, temperature, and what it's made of. They're collecting all the info they can so that when it finally explodes, we'll be ready to learn from it. We are more ready than we have ever been, and thanks to tools like the James Webb Space Telescope, we will be able to catch every detail that the natural eye might not detect on. Scientists aren't the only ones who are fascinated by Betelgeuse. It's in pop culture, books, and old stories. Its glow has inspired myths and guided sailors. And now, it might become the first supernova we see with so much tech that we can record its blast from every angle. We might even get to see all of the gamma rays, shock waves, and everything that goes on when a star does, making us have a broader understanding of dying stars. Of course, people are asking if there are any dangers. Scientists say we're safe because of how far away it is. But people have talked if there might be effects from gravitational waves or cosmic radiation on satellites and space travel. The reality is, they are still speculations. The knowledge from these stars overweighs such concerns and will give us the ability to learn the past secrets dying stars are hiding. What happens after the explosion is unknown. Betelgeuse might become a neutron star, or if it's big enough, a black hole. If it becomes a black hole, it will be one of the few that we could study closely. This cool star is in the Orion constellation, which is super easy to spot and has been famous for ages. Betelgeuse is on Orion's eastern shoulder and is the second biggest star in that group. Its name comes from its spot on Orion. Not only is it one of the brightest stars we can see, but it also has this weird red glow, which might mean something's up. People have been watching Betelgeuse for ages. Some old Greek sky watcher noticed its reddish color way back when. Back then people cared about star colors, and this one stood out. Now, scientists can study it super closely and know why it's so bright. One reason is that its brightness changes a lot. It's a variable star, so its light isn't steady. Back in 2019, it did something really weird. It didn't go dark, but it got way dimmer. Scientists started digging to figure out what was going on. They thought it might go supernova soon. Brian Cox even said it looks like a cosmic time bomb ready to go off. The James Webb Space Telescope is backing up those worries with some new data. But what makes Betelgeuse act so strange? With today's tech, it's now a top pick for a supernova. But still, experts can't say exactly when it'll happen. It's almost twice as big as the Sun, making it a good candidate, since the big ones usually go supernova. Astronomers use a lot of tools to watch Betelgeuse, including the James Webb Space Telescope and even the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. Even with all that, it's still a mystery. Betelgeuse, formed billions of years ago, has been sending out weird signals for a while. One cool thing scientists found is that it's been giving off strange light patterns, which makes it even more puzzling. Since it's a variable star, it gets brighter and dimmer over time. Some scientists have compared its dimming to sunspots, but they're not the same. What's weird is that it's been switching between bright and dim faster than normal. That's another sign that something big might be coming. In February 2021, it hit a new low for brightness after that big dimming in 2019. A lot of experts thought it was about to die. Then it suddenly got a lot brighter, like 150% brighter than normal, which really confused scientists. One scientist at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics said this made it the seventh brightest star in the sky. A strange red light started glowing, adding to the mystery. This sudden change started a lot of theories about what caused the dimming. Not all stars are red like Betelgeuse. That red color is what makes it a red supergiant, which is the last stage of a star's life before it dies. The reddish glow comes from its cooler temperature. It's also on the edge of a dramatic ending. We also can't forget that crazy dimming that freaked everyone out. Brian Cox and others wondered if it meant Betelgeuse was about to explode. Since it's already a red supergiant, it's running out of time. Stars in this stage often dim before they go supernova, and we can track that dimming. Because it's been acting weird, scientists are watching it even closer. Right now, a bunch of telescopes are pointed at Betelgeuse, collecting as much data as they can. What they're finding is both exciting and strange, mostly because nobody really understands how the star acts. Since it launched recently, the James Webb Space Telescope has been a big help and is giving astronomers new insights. Pictures of the big dimming showed that Betelgeuse had a huge outburst, releasing a crazy amount of stuff. The telescope can also see light our eyes can't, which makes it super helpful. Scientists even saw dust clouds forming on the star's surface, like space leaves. Even though Betelgeuse is nearing the end, no one knows when it'll explode. It's way bigger than the sun, and many think it'll keep shining for at least another 10 years. But because it's been so unpredictable lately, that might not be right. For now, researchers don't think it'll explode right away, but when it does, it'll be the first supernova we've seen with modern equipment. Even though experts don't think it's happening super soon, they're still trying to figure out what's going on with the star. When Betelgeuse does pop, it'll be rare. The supernova will send out a ton of light and energy and become brighter than the whole Milky Way galaxy. It'll be easy to see from Earth, maybe as bright as the full moon. Luckily, it won't be dangerous for us because it's pretty far away. But it will give scientists a chance to see what happens at the end of a big star's life. The death of Betelgeuse isn't just interesting for astronomers either. Stars like this are important for shaping the galaxy. When they explode, they spread the stuff needed to make new stars, planets, and maybe even life. So when a star dies, it's not really the end, it's like a new beginning, because its leftovers help make the next things in space. Until then, researchers will keep watching Betelgeuse, putting the clues together bit by bit. With every new thing they find, the mystery gets deeper, and we get a better understanding of space and our place in it. We might even see one of the coolest things the universe can do, Betelgeuse turning into a supernova. Until that day, we'll look up and see Betelgeuse shining, reminding us how awesome the cosmos is. While Betelgeuse flicks in our sky, it's like a light, a sign that everything is temporary. The idea that we could see something so big happen in our lifetime is exciting for scientists, stargazers, and regular people. It's about seeing a natural process, the death of a star, which is also the start of something new. Every atom in your body that's heavier than hydrogen was once made in a star like Betelgeuse. That's why it's more than just a star story, it's also our story. Right now, astronomers are getting ready. Telescopes everywhere are watching the star, looking for changes in light, temperature, and what it's made of. They want all the data possible so we won't be surprised when it explodes. It would be cool if we saw the explosion from every angle possible. We might see a bunch of things. This would change how we understand how stars live and die. Of course, people have questions. Could there be dangers from the explosion? Scientists say no because it's far away, but some people wonder about space waves or how radiation might mess with satellites. People talk about these ideas online and in movies, but the danger is small, and any new stuff we can learn far outweighs those risks. In fact, Betelgeuse could be the most helpful supernova ever. Also, what happens after the explosion? It's a mystery. Betelgeuse might become a neutron star, which is super tiny and dense. Or, if it's big enough, it could even turn into a black hole. If it becomes a black hole, it will be one of the few nearby ones we could study. This would help us understand some of the strangest things in the universe, but we won't know until it happens.